Hi, I'm Karol.
And I'm Jason.
And today we're going to be playing with the new Rosetta Blitz Decks.
These pre-constructed Blitz Decks are a great way to try out the new Rosetta Heroes. In this game, I'm really trying to block out Aurora, and I know he's going to do a lot of damage, and I'm going to take a bit of damage here and there, but I'm going to try and preserve my life total, block out a little bit, wait until I can decompose, and then once my hero ability is online, then all of my life gain is going to deal him damage, and then hopefully I can pull the game back from there.
And I'm going to try and use the time before Jason decomposes to push through as much damage as I can, using cards like Burn Up, and try to close out the game before his hero ability and his equipment get online. And if you want to be one of the first players to play with these new cards, head to Tampa Bay in September 6th to 8th for the world premiere of Rosetta.
And if you can't make it to Tampa, there's over 1,500 pre-releases happening at local game stores from the 13th to the 16th of September, so head down to your local game store to try out the new heroes.
Alright, let's jump into this game.
I'm playing Verdance, and Verdance's hero ability reads, if there are 4 or more Earth cards in your banished zone, Verdance gets, whenever you gain life during your turn, you may deal 1 arcane damage to any opposing target. Verdance is an Earth wizard that really wants to grind out value with attacks and spells in the early game and kind of slowly pull the game out longer until she can decompose with her cards like Rootbound Carapace and Blossoming Decay, sowing the seeds for victory, because once your hero ability comes online and you've decomposed, all of your life gain starts pinging your opponent, and then you claw back your victory from an underdog position. That's how you win the game with Verdance.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to be playing Aurora, a new lightning Runeblade hero coming out in Rosetta. Now Aurora's hero ability says, once per turn instant, 2 cost to activate, create an embodiment of lightning token. Activate this only if you've played a lightning card this turn, and she's got Essence of Lightning. Now Aurora is also part of these First Strike decks, which are just great beginner friendly decks. You can find the Aurora First Strike tutorial in the description. Aurora's main strategy as a lightning hero, you just want to chain together powerful attacks, and her Runeblade side gives you access to powerful arcane damage and allows you to split your damage between arcane damage and physical damage to really give your opponent a hard time. Ready?
Yeah, let's roll to start.
Alright, let's do this.
I'll call odd.
Ooh.
Alright, sweet, I'll start. May I have this Verdance?
Yes, Jason, you may have this Verdance.
Here, on the very first turn of the game, kind of want to just do some damage, or at least get rid of his Sanctuary of Aria, which is a macro that starts in play. It's an instant that costs 2, and you can activate it as many times in a turn as you want, and it just prevents the next 1 damage that would be dealt to you, and it gets destroyed at the beginning of the end phase. Kind of want to make him burn it, because we're a wizard, we want to have ourselves the freedom to play burn spells later on in the game. So to get rid of his Sanctuary of Aria, we'll be playing Pulsing Aether Life, which is a meld card, which is new in Rosetta and very, very cool. So this one in particular is a wizard action and an Earth instant, and it costs 1. So to play either side, you need to pay 1, and you can play 1 or both. In this case, we will not be melding, and we will just be playing Pulsing Aether. We will be dealing 4 damage to you, so leaving 2 up, and Karol's got to be wondering why I didn't play the life side here.
Now Jason is presenting arcane damage on the first turn of the game. Luckily I do have the Sanctuary of Aria, but I drew all reds in my very first hand. I could use these 4 reds to prevent 2 arcane damage with the Sanctuary, but the cards are just so good with the Burn Up and Shock that I know that I can present so much damage back on my first turn of the game. So I decide it's probably the best idea just to keep my hand, take some arcane damage on the turn. You know what, Jason? I'm not afraid.
Oh no!
I'm gonna take it all.
No!
I'm gonna take 4. What you got for me?
Wait, that means he has all reds in hand. With my 2 floating, I'll be playing my fertile ground, and this is why I left 2 up. This is just 2 cost, gain 2, and if there are 4 or more Earth cards in my banished zone, instead gain 5. So I have none right now, but at this moment, critically, we want to fill our graveyard with Earth cards. So we will gain 2 here.
Yeah.
And we will be setting up for a decompose, which I will explain once it gets here. And I will arsenal and pass to you.
6 life ahead.
Let's go.
I will start off my turn with my own meld card.
Oh no.
Burn Up Shock. Unlike Jason's meld card, my card doesn't cost anything, so I can play both at the same time. Burn Up says the next time an attack you control hits a hero this turn, deal 4 arcane damage to them with Go Again. And Shock deals 1 arcane damage to any target. So I'll be shooting 1 arcane at you. you.
That's so strong. Why is your one free? So here I'm facing a burn-up shock from Karol, and I'm really thinking about popping my Sanctuary of Aria here, because if he has a second strike in hand, taking this one arcane damage could potentially turn it on and give it go again. However, because he's played the burn-up side, I'm actually thinking it might be really inefficient to pitch a card to prevent the one damage, so I'm just really hoping that he doesn't have second strike here. I will take one arcane here. It doesn't feel very efficient to be preventing that.
Yes, and now I will follow this up with Fry. This is just a simple 0 cost, 3 attack, go again.
We're in a bit of a blender here. We don't exactly have 3 blocks in hand, so this is looking very difficult to block out, but we kind of have to give it up because of the burn up. So we will block with 2 cards, our Helm of Lignum Vitae and Sigil of Findow. So Helm of Lignum Vitae says if there are 4 or more Earth cards in your banished zone, this gets +1 defense, but we have nothing. So we'll just be covering this for 3 here.
Really trying to stop my burn up on hit. So, all right, let's see how I can deal with this, Jason. Second strike.
Of course he had the second strike.
When this attacks, if you've dealt damage this turn, this gets +1 and go again. So because I dealt 1 damage with my shock, this is coming in for 4 with go again.
That's pretty good. We're gonna stick to it and hope that last card is not an attack for 4. So we will defend for 4 here with Fruits of the Forest.
Okay, now I do have the attack.
Oh.
Blast to Oblivion, 0 cost, 4 power.
So
when this attacks, the next time you play an instant card this chain link, you may return target or permanent with cost 1 or less, or target or a token to its owner's hand.
So strong, man.
Yes.
We'll let him have this one because it doesn't seem very efficient to block with this. So I will be taking 4 and then 4 from the burn up. So we're taking 8 total. Man, that's pretty good.
Now this is the reason why I kept all those cards in hand. Okay.
On my turn, because I am now lower life than you, I will pitch this blue Blossoming Decay to play Findow's Fighting Spirit. And this says when it attacks or defends, if you have less life than an opposing hero, gain 1 life. So that's why we dropped a little bit lower and didn't defend with this Blossoming Decay. Coming at you for 7.
So Jason is presenting just physical damage here, and my hand is not looking that great. I could try and just take all the damage here and try and raise him, but I think I'm going to defend here, preserve my life total, and hopefully that gives me enough breathing room to push back on the next few turns. I will defend for 6.
Nice. Taking 1? I'll take 1. Cool. I'll end my turn.
Now, I will attack you with Starfall. Starfall says, if you've played a lightning card this turn, this card's attacks get +1 power and go again. So this is coming in for 1 for now.
Scary. Kind of feels like we want to block here anyway, so I think we'll just give you 2. Blocking with Summon's Fall Blue here for 2.
Nice. I won't do anything and pass the turn. Got him.
He thinks he outplayed me, but he actually fell right into my trap.
I did give another Earth card into your graveyard, which is very relevant.
Thank you. I'll be pitching my blue Autumn's Touch and be playing out my Harvest Season Red. Now it says, go again. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this, then gain 3. And it's a 1 cost Earth action aura. So at the start of my next turn, this will pop and gain me 3 life. But on this turn, we'll be playing Blossoming Decay, yellow. Now this is the first Decompose card. And Decompose says, when this attacks, you may banish 2 Earth cards and an action card from your graveyard. If you do, gain 1. So something to remember here, these equipment are also Earth. So you can actually banish these as the Earth card. And you don't have to banish a non-Earth card. You can actually banish 3 Earth cards. But in this case, we'll just be banishing 2 Earth cards and a Findow's Fighting Spirit. So this is going to gain me 1 life when it decomposes.
And just like that, we're back to even.
And I will be attacking you for 4.
I just want to get as much damage in as I can against Jason, so I guess I'll just take all the damage.
Oh no. Scary. Okay, I'll end my turn.
I'll start off with Fry. 3 go again.
It's not too threatening. I kind of want to just take it here and activate my Bruised Leather, which says instant destroy this. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Activate this only if you've been dealt damage this turn. So this can really help to block an on-hit with his 4 power or 5 power attacks. So we'll just take the 3 damage. No blocks.
Sounds good. Cool.
Take 3, down to 12.
I'll activate my hero ability, which says once per turn instant, 2 to activate. Create an embodiment of lightning token. Activate this only if you've played a lightning card this turn, which I have. And then I will attack you with Blast to Oblivion. When this attacks, the next time you play an instant card this chain link, you may return target aura permanent with cost 1 or less target aura
you wouldn't
into its owner's hand.
What?
With a great example being this harvest season.
Hey, that's kind of rude, man.
And it gets go again thanks to my embodiment of lightning.
That's kind of rude, man. I think we'll just not block here.
Sounds good.
But even more rude is this Rootbound Carapace. Which is an Earth defense reaction. This has Decompose on it, which is awesome. So I may banish 2 Earth cards and an action card from my graveyard. And if I do, it gets +1 defense. So I'll be banishing 2 Earth cards and 1 action card. This will actually turn on my hero ability, which says if there are 4 or more Earth cards in my banish zone, Verdance gets whenever you gain life during your turn, you may deal 1 arcane damage to any opposing target. So when I initially played the Harvest Season, I didn't have 4 Earth cards in my banish zone, but luckily we drew the Rootbound Carapace, so this means that we can actually decompose, and when the Harvest Season pops, I get to gain my 3 life and also ping Karol for 1. Is he gonna bounce it to my hand?
So I will pass the chain link, so I do not have an instant. I will come in with hit the high notes.
Tricky guy.
It's a 1 cost. If you've played or created an aura this turn, this gets +2 power, which I have with this embodiment of lightning. So this is coming in for 5.
We're not too threatened because we'll be gaining 3. So in this scenario, we will declare no blocks.
Sounds good.
And take 5, go down to 7.
And that's all I got.
And then at the start of my turn, this Harvest Season will pop, and I will destroy this to gain 3 life.
Yep.
And then it activates my hero ability, so whenever I gain life during my turn, I may deal 1 arcane damage to any opposing target. So I'll deal you 1 arcane damage.
And just like that,
I've taken the lead.
Verdance is about to deal some arcane damage.
I'm going to pitch my Arcane Twining, and the cool thing about Verdance is because she's an Earth Wizard, she doesn't need to completely rely on burn spells to kill her opponent. She can just swing big attacks like this Red Autumn's Touch.
That is a pretty threatening attack there. Do I just take it all and hope that my hand is enough to deal some damage?
We really want to see Aurora defending because that means that her turn is not going to be that big.
Yeah.
I will Arsenal and pass to you.
Play Flittering Charge. It's an attack for 4 that says if you've played an instant card this chain link, this gets go again.
I think we're not going to defend here.
That's scary. I'll pass on reactions.
Oh no.
Whatever, I knew it had something.
Oh no. We're forced to play out our Carapace here, and we will be decomposing for it. So I'm defending for 4 now.
After damage, I'll play out Electrostatic
pretty
Discharge, which still gives my Flittering Charge go again, and then I'll come in for 6 at you.
Pretty good. We'll defend with Blossoming Decay here. We kind of just want to play 2 card hands. Now that we're online, we want to just tempo out our opponent and just like slowly gain more and more value over the course of the game. So we'll defend for 2 and we'll be taking 4 here, down to 6.
Sounds good.
Now, Verdance utilizes some of these cards very well, and this is a great example of one. So I will pitch a blue Harvest Season and attack with Findel's Fighting Spirit.
Oof.
So now, in the late game, when I attack with this, I gain a life, but then my hero will actually ping Aurora for 1 as well.
Now I'm getting dangerously low here. Yeah, I'll take 1.
Nice. And now this is coming in for lethal.
I have to keep pressuring Jason, otherwise I'm just gonna get burnt out. I'll defend this for 2 here, and I'll take 5.
Okay.
Which is getting into the danger zone, but I just feel like I need to keep some cards to pressure Jason back.
1 step closer to victory.
I'll play a Heaven's Claws, coming in for 5.
What is this? He's just attacking for 5?
Just attacking for 5.
Not too sure what he's doing here. He could be trying to activate his hero ability and create an embodiment of lightning and set up an arsenal for the following turn. So we kind of want to play in a way where we deny that as much as possible. So we'll defend for 5 here with Pop the Bubble and Blossoming Decay. And then
I'll close the chain.
Yep.
And I'll activate my hero ability. You're exactly right. Just want to play an aura, arsenal, and pass.
Yep. And now, to get the maximum amount of cards out of his hand, we'll be pitching a Sigil of Find Out, activating Hold Focus and playing Aether Quickening. Now Hold Focus says action destroy this, amp 1, go again. Now this is just going to increase the spell that I play next, which is Aether Quickening, which says deal 4 arcane damage to target hero. And the surge is if this deals more than 4 arcane damage, it gets go again. And I guess it's never going to get surge because he'll be dead.
You'll get a surge over my dead body, Jason. I have the Sanctuary of Arya now. I was hoping that this turn I would draw some blues to pitch into this, but I only have 1, which means that the only thing I can do is activate this 3 times, prevent 3 damage, and then I'll be taking 2.
Oh no.
And going down to 0. Well done, sir.
Good game.
Good game.
Yes, we got Karol. Such an easy opponent to beat, especially when he bricks.
Nah, see that arcane damage at the end, I feel like I should have defended maybe a little bit more early game, but yeah, that arcane damage is just a lot to deal with at the end there.
That's what Verdance is good at. I mean, try and split your opponent's focus on whether it's going to be physical or arcane damage, and then hope that the lightning decks brick a little bit so you can bide your time and get online and then get him with arcane at the end.
Yeah, and if you want to try out some of these new Rosetta heroes, head over to Tampa Bay, September 6th to 8th, or check out your local pre-release between 13th or 16th September.
And for any more details, you can check them out on fabtcg.com. We've got matchups of all the Rosetta Blitz Decks heroes against each other, so make sure you check those out on the FabTCG YouTube channel. We'll catch you in the next one.